So, let me ask you guys something. Have you ever wanted to look like the prissest, smuggest hole in the solar system? Well, luckily for you, you no longer have to wait anymore. Outside of the 6 days needed to research and craft the weapon, but I digress. I present to you the Gunsen? The Gunsen? Well, whatever. It's a melee weapon so hilarious that I cannot help but love it. I've already hinted at my thoughts of this weapon on my Twitter, but what I didn't mention is that, just the fact that your frame fucking fans themselves after certain combo strings. This is just fucking hilarious. Let me implant a fact into your heads. You can make Rhino do this. So yeah, needless to say, it's incredible through looks alone, and it's also the closest that you'll be able to get to cosplaying as Voldo from Soul Calibur. But besides that, how does it perform? Well, it's a pretty good status weapon. You know, build it for status and throw on condition overload, and there you go, you murder by throwing proc icons at them until they stop moving. Are there better weapons to use? Well, yeah, these things are incredibly short-ranged, and while the flares with the fans are funny and add personality to the weapon, it does slow down your DPS if you're into the whole min-maxing thing. But, my dude, what did you expect? It's a fan! But it doesn't matter anyways, because these things are, they're still quite good. Just as interesting as the weapon itself, though, is the stance. And if you've been doing any decent amount of ghoul slaying, you've probably picked up like 30 of these by this point. So, that's excellent for those who are waiting on their fans to research and cook. Anyways, at the time of recording this, the wiki has yet to give any info on the damage percentage of the hits, or what hits give guaranteed procs. And while I still don't know the former, I did do some testing and figured out what hits have procs and what they are in regards to this stance. The first combo has 3 inputs, and the second input has a guaranteed impact proc, and the final hit is a flurry of attacks, one of which seems to be a guaranteed slash proc and a knockdown. The second combo has an up input requirement, and on the third hit there's a guaranteed impact proc. On the fifth hit there's another impact, and the last hit is a knockdown. The third combo has a block input requirement and has an impact proc on the third hit, and an impact proc plus a knockdown proc on the last hit. Lastly, the final combo has a pause requirement and has an impact proc on the fifth hit and a ragdoll effect on the final hit. And yeah, it's very weird how these things are basically a bunch of mini blades, and yet the accompanying stance gives mostly impact procs. But hey, it's free damage for condition overload builds, so I'm not complaining. Until DE decides to implement their new IPS system and makes impact way more annoying to use when it comes to damage boosting because mobs will be flying all over the place. Final thing that I wanted to talk about is that this thing has a pretty good quick melee. Unlike most quick melees, which only do the first 2 or so hits of their stance's first combo string, this will do the full 3-hit combo of the first string, and it gets all of the guaranteed procs related to that string. So, the second hit, for example, will give you your guaranteed impact proc, and the final hit will give you your slash. This is very nice because I consider the first combo to be one of the best, simply because it links an impact and slash proc back to back, making it nice for condition overload. Final verdict? It's a good weapon! But it has the most annoying idle animation in the history of God damn it!